Let's go. Rangers win, baby. 3-1 over the New Jersey Devils at the Prudential Center. And what a win. This game just ended, so I still got to get everything all up. Afterwards, I'm going to be hopping on the Twitter Spaces, so be sure to check that out right after the video is up. Pretty much the video will probably be up afterwards, but if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you guys are new as well. We recap every single Ranger game here, so why wouldn't you subscribe if you guys are Ranger fans? And then of course turn the notifications on if you guys are new to the channel. But let's go ahead and dive right into the action here. This was a great win, in my opinion. A huge response after the garbage against Philly, the garbage against New Jersey, last time the garbage against the Islanders. This was a completely different game, and I am very happy with the way that they performed. And they played a full 60, and I was a fan of this effort. I should say maybe that they played a full 60 because there were times where it looked like their foot was off the gas. In particular, the second period, there was not too much action going on, but that was honestly for both sides tonight. The shot totals don't wow you, but at the same time, I'm happy that the Rangers went in there and just took care of business. They did what they had to, and you know what, the shot total being low, I don't mind because it was a very defensive game, back and forth, and I'm perfectly okay with the effort tonight. Sorry, I had the cough there. My God, excuse me. But yeah, let's just dive into this one. So first period, Strome, he introduces himself back to the lineup relatively quickly as he breaks up a nice 2-on-1 within the first few shifts there for the New Jersey Devils. First line gets a shift. Their next shift, Vetrano misses two wide open nets. Kreider also had a rebound chance in front of the net there. And then you have Miller and Trouba getting chances. The first period, they were absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking. But unfortunately, New Jersey is the first team to score as Jacob Trouba gives a brutal turnover right to Igor Sharangovich, and he scores an unassisted goal. And the Devils go up 1-0 quickly. And right off the rip, you're like, yeah, here we go again, Here we go again. But thankfully, the Rangers, they responded relatively, wow, that's not English. That sounded stupid, but relatively quickly, by quickly there with that. But, yeah, people complain that Georgiev didn't stop the breakaway. Look, I'm not going to be mad at him. That was a sick move, and Trouba can't turn the puck over. But then Schneider gets into a fight with Sharangovich not too long after. And I'm tired of this garbage in hockey, by the way. I'm tired of people throwing hits. He throws a hit on Jesper Boqvist. I'm tired of people throwing clean hits, and then they have to stand up for their teammates either way. It's absolutely ridiculous. Enough with that garbage. It's so annoying. But then the Rangers do get a power play out of it, so it's kind of nice. And then Ryan Strome scores on that power play as he reintroduces himself from Kreider and Panarin. A nice passing sequence. Fox gets that to Panarin. Panarin downloaded Kreider, and then Kreider gets that in front to Stromer. He buries that in the slot. And the Rangers all of a sudden tie this game at 1 relatively quickly. So that was very nice to see there. Then you have the third line getting a nice shift. Lafreniere almost tips one in. And then not too long after that, Chris Kreider scores from Panarin and Fox on the power play. Panarin with a 6 shot, and Kreider tips that in, and he gets the record for most power play goals in a single season by a Ranger with 25. That's his 47th of the season from Panarin and Fox, like I mentioned. And oh boy, he might do it. He might get it. He might get there. I'm not going to say it in case, but he might do it. But Chris Kreider, we've been waiting for him a bit lately. He was there. He was there to play. What else do we have? I mean, that was pretty much it, though, for the first period. 13-7 in favor of the Rangers for shots in that period. So, yeah, that was pretty much the only period that they showed up offensively. But defensively, they were just so good all night that I can't even be too mad about how they were offensively in the other periods, to be completely honest. I really can't be that mad. The second period, there's not even much to talk about. The shots were 6-1 in favor of the Devils. There was nothing. It took them a while. It was Dryden Hunt getting the first shot of that period, and it took forever. But there was nothing that went on in that period. So not much to talk about there. And then the third period, there was a pretty much no action there too, as the shots were 8-3 in favor of the Devils. But you have Justin Braun, who scores his first goal as a New York Ranger from Schneider and Copper, and the Rangers go up 3-1, and that was the dagger goal right there. And it was beautiful to see Justin Braun get his first as a New York Ranger. And after that, pretty much just shut down hockey from the Rangers from there on. And overall, I cannot complain about that. It was a very strong effort. Shots in total for the game, 21-17 in favor of New Jersey. Face-off percentage, 59-41 in favor of the Rangers. Hits 20-18, my bad, in favor of the Rangers. Blocks 9-6 in favor of the Rangers. And giveaways, 7 for the Rangers, 14 for the Devils in that one. Now, in terms of each individual line, let's talk about that, because I thought each individual line was pretty solid tonight. So let's dive into that. The first line, obviously, there was a bit of changes with Strome coming back, but the first line was no different, as that has been Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, and Frank Vatrano. And I thought they had a very strong game. I thought Kreider definitely had a good game. Mika was a little bit quiet for my likings. I didn't think he did anything that noticeable, but Vatrano, I thought, had a couple good chances. He had the 2 wide open nets that he missed. But other than that, I thought he had a solid game. The second line, so Strome comes back, ends up being Panarin, Strome, and Kopp. And I thought that they had a really great game. I thought that that was the best line of the night, getting the most opportunity. Strome looked like Wayne Gretzky out there. Who knew Strome could play like that? He looked great. Kopp looked great. Like I mentioned, he had a couple chances. He had 4 shots on goal. No, that was Kreider that I read. And I said, my bad. I was barely even talking, but Kopp had a chance in this one, and then Panarin I thought was good tonight as well. The third line of Lafreniere, Chytil, and Gaudreau, I thought that they were the weaker of the 4 lines, but I thought that they still had a pretty solid game. They didn't do much offensively, but Barclay Goodrow defensively continues to just be impressive, and I'm glad they cut back his ice time tonight, and they were able to roll out all 4 lines, because he didn't have anyone really garbage playing, except for Hunt, really. But on the 4th line, he wasn't bad tonight, actually. And the 4th line ended up being, you had, who was it on the left? You had Mott, Brzezinski, and Hunt. And I thought that that was a decent line. I thought that they were pretty good, and I thought Mott had a really strong game. For the defense, Lindgren and Fox, a lot better. A lot better. They looked great tonight. I'm very pleased with their effort out there. They didn't really have any defensive mistakes, so I'm happy there. Miller and Trouba had that turnover, but outside of that, I thought that they were pretty solid tonight. And then Braun and Schneider had an insane game. He was an animal, getting in their kitchen a bit too. And I'd love to see that defensive pair going forward. And then Georgie had a very strong game as well. So I'm very pleased with what I saw there. But let's get to Twitter early. Sorry for cutting this one very short. Like I said, I got to get to Twitter Spaces after this. We're having food debates, so a bit fun there. But either way, I mean, there's not much to talk about. This was a low-scoring game. Not a lot of action. Speaking of Crides, Georgie 5-0. I'm counting this. Great performance by the D-man and Georgie. Thoughts on Schneider's performance in the Braun goal? Schneider was an animal tonight. He was all over them and showing the Devils why we traded up to go get him before they could grab him off the board. He was electric tonight. Throwing hits, making defensive plays. And for Bronner's goal, beautiful. Beautiful Sniper Rooney from the blue line. Will says, Artemi Panarin? Yes. New York South 24, what a win. Man, I wish we could play that good defensively. Yeah, they need to start playing that good defensively more often. And you notice how Patrick Nemeth wasn't in the lineup and they actually had a solid defensive night? Not a coincidence. NWR10, how do you think Georgiev played? I thought he played great. He had a nice save on Bratt at the end, and then he also had a really nice save. I forgot who that was on in the second period, I believe. He had a really nice save. But overall, he had a really great game. I'm very happy, and he should have got the shutout tonight, in my opinion. And then Chesty owns you. Noticeable increase in Braun's play. Never expected a goal from him this early. Also, Schneider. That's how I feel, too. Braun, maybe him not playing with Patrick Nemeth and playing with someone that actually has some speed there. It shows that two big men together don't work. Nemec should not be playing again. Braun is so much better. It's not even funny. That is going to be it, though, for this one. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. Like I said, sorry for kind of short. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, as I mentioned. Turn notifications on, as always. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go, Rangers, baby.